Number 16, high volume training. Unless you're a masochist, high volume training is not the way to go. A set of 40 squats to fatigue is absolute brutality. Okay, compare that to a set of 5 to fatigue, especially if you're using some kratom and you'll never go back. There's no reason to be doing 40 reps when you can get the same benefit from 8 or even 3 to 5 reps. The only exception is with slow twitch muscles like the calves, which are going to need more than 20 reps, maybe even more than 30 reps. But at the end of the day, your calves probably aren't going to grow anyways because of the muscle insertion. And if you don't have the right muscle insertion, your calves are always going to look small. Some people are going to argue this point, and it's retarded. High rep training is just way more painful, especially when you're truly pushing yourself to the limit. I mean, high reps of 40 squats or 40 leg press is brutality. You're going to be in pain from rep 28 to rep 40, and you can get the same benefits or greater benefits from training in the 8 to 12 rep range. Okay, unless you're a hardcore bodybuilder who knows more than I do and has more lean muscle mass than I do, then you do not need to be doing ultra high rep training. Number 17, reading bodybuilding.com. Bodybuilding.com is the home of bro science, and it's the home of guys who will call you small because you're only carrying 60 pounds of lean muscle, which you needed steroids to get. Okay? Every big guy on there is a steroid user. Every guy who looks good on there is a steroid user. And you need to recognize that for these sites to get traffic, they need to produce a ton of content. So there's a ton of content in the forum, and there's a ton of articles. And when it comes to weightlifting, 90% of what you know can be explained in 10 posts. I have almost 10 posts on my site, and I've explained pretty much everything you need to know about weightlifting. Okay? The problem is a site like bodybuilding.com needs to pump out 4, 5, 6 articles a day to get traffic. So they put out tons of confusing garbage or stuff that's not relevant or stuff that's counterproductive. You can go through their article list and you will find thousands of articles that contradict each other. Some guys are saying high rep training is the way to go. Other guys will be saying low rep training is the way to go. There's no set authority on there. And the culture there is negative. Every guy's calling the other guy a faggot. Is muscle dysmorphia, where they think everyone's small except a guy who's 250 pounds of lean muscle. These guys don't understand women. You'll hear guys complain about they don't understand why girls are going with small guys. Okay, when the guy they're talking about is like 6 foot and 185 pounds with the perfect body that women like. So the advice on here you're going to get is bad in the best sense, or counterproductive and dangerous in the worst. Number 18, eating big. On sites like bodybuilding.com, eat bigger is the answer to almost every rookie question. Okay, every time some rookie comes on and asks a question, guys are gonna yell at him to eat bigger. Unfortunately, eating big past your first 5 months of consistent training is just gonna make you fat. And I'm speaking from experience, and I've been through like 4 bulks where I ate big and got fat. The only time you can eat big is well above your caloric maintenance is your first 5 months of training, where you're going to grow a lot, or when you're on cycle. So when all these guys are telling you to eat big, what they're not telling you is that they're on steroids. Okay, eat big and take steroids will definitely get you big, but eating big as an intermediate trainee is going to get you fat. Your natural genetic potential is only 35 to 50 pounds of muscle. My first year in training, I probably hit 30 pounds. First year and a half, I hit 30 pounds of muscle. And then I spent the rest of my 20s trying to get to 60 pounds, and I didn't realize that I was already 85% maxed out in my first year. Okay? So eating big is going to get you fat if you're an intermediate trainee. It's going to get you really fat if you're an advanced trainee who's not taking steroids. An advanced trainee, you're lucky to put on 4 pounds in a year. 4 pounds in a year, a pound is only 3,500 calories. Okay? 4 pounds in a year is 14,000 calories. That's nothing. And these guys are telling you to eat 500 extra calories a day. You know, you're going to get huge on that. And not in the good way. The best way to build muscle without getting fat is to eat for the amount of muscle you expect to gain. So, for example, a second-year trainee, you can realistically expect to gain a pound of muscle every month, which is about 3,500 calories, naturally. Maybe even less, maybe half a pound. So, let's say you work out 12 times a month. That means on training days, just aim to eat a caloric surplus of 292 calories, okay? And that's going to give you a 3,500 calorie surplus for that month. That's it. You really don't need to eat a lot. And I'm speaking from 1,000% experience here, guys. In fact, you can even get stronger while eating maintenance calories to a point. To a point, you can eat maintenance and still get bigger. The point where you know you've gone too far is when you start getting a small roll around your stomach. Okay, if you're getting fat, that doesn't mean keep bulking for the next 6 months. It means you're eating too much and you need to lose fat. Because otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to do like I did. You're going to do 8 months of bulking for the year, and you're going to put on fat and you're going to put on muscle. And then you're going to spend the next 4 months on a cut, and you're going to lose 90% of the muscle you put on. Okay, you're going to lose 90% of the muscle and all the fat, and you're going to be back to where you were at the start of the year, but maybe 3 pounds heavier. Because you will get stronger when you eat more, but you also get fatter. So there is a lean maximum, and then there is a genetic maximum with fat, and your genetic maximum with fat is going to be heavier than your lean maximum. And unless you're satisfied being a fat muscular guy, then there is no point putting on 25 pounds of fat every year only to lose 90% of that. It just doesn't make sense, and it's an absolute waste of time, and it's not healthy for you to be yo-yoing up and down. Just eat as much as you're expecting to gain in lean mass.